Welcome back to another Hobby Night video, face reveal edition here. We are exploring in another one of my many hobbies. It is very windy out here today. Welcome to an airsoft swap meet. I buy and sell, repair, all that fun stuff. And I've been airsofting with my kids for quite a while. We're just going to explore around and see what folks have to offer. Maybe do a couple of interviews along the way and take you along with me. All right, these are my tables here. We've already sold off a few airsoft pews today. My feral children running around. Got some empty spots here, and then these three tables down here are $5 and under. We got a lot of cheap parts and bits. We'll go check out some other ones. Come say hi to these folks.
It's windy.
It is very windy.
Yeah, man.
When did you start playing airsoft?
Almost 11 years ago now.
All right, and then what does airsoft mean to you?
It's all about community and friends and just having a good time out shooting people.
Right on. How about a airsoft swap meet? What does an airsoft swap meet mean to you in the community?
Well, it's a good opportunity for people to exchange gear and just make connections and all that. But for me, it's just a good opportunity to meet new people and find new people to play with.
Right on. All right, what's the coolest thing on your table?
Cupcakes.
All right, yeah, cupcakes win it.
She made these. They're really good.
Awesome. The kids love them.
Thanks, GreyBeard.
All right.
What's up, GreyBeard?
All righty, who wants the interview?
I'll take it.
All right. When did you start airsofting?
Roughly 3 years ago now.
All righty, and what does airsoft mean to you?
It means coming out here with a bunch of friends and having a good time. Hanging out, having good times with friends.
All right, and what does an airsoft swap meet mean to you and the community?
It means everybody gets together, is able to get together, swap their stuff, trade, sell, and it's good. Hang out, mostly hang out. Just good vibes out here. Yeah.
All right, and then what's the coolest thing on your table?
This, I would say, JCS Alias rocket launcher from, I think it's 2004. They made these to order back in the day. So it was just some guy who had a machine shop, and they just, you throw a little CO2 cartridge into here, or you throw a tank on, you pop it out, throw a little rocket in there. This thing can see from this side of the parking lot to the other side, and hit that white thing, white trailer over there, dead on.
Nice.
It's pretty crazy how that thing works.
It is. They won't let me use it though because it's a projectile. But I would definitely say it's the coolest thing on my table.
Right on. All right, on to you.
On to me?
Yeah.
All right, first question was,
What is, how long have you been airsofting?
I have been airsofting for 3 years now.
All right, and then what does airsoft mean to you?
Airsoft, what it means to me is I think it's a very good way to get people together. Some people think it's just like paintball, but really it's a tight community and you make a lot of friends. I've made a lot of friends here in the past 3 years. It's a very good way to spend my weekend.
Right on. And final question, or second to last question, what does an airsoft swap meet mean to you and the community?
An airsoft swap meet, I think, means to me is it's just a really good way to get people together. Like, you come in, you just bring a lot of your stuff that you want to get rid of, and you just trade things off to people that they want gone as well. And it's really just a way to get people together, trade your old gear for new gear new to you, and then you meet people along the way, and those people become closer, and then you guys just trade on.
All right, final question. What is the coolest thing on your table?
I would either have to say it's the Polar Star Jack SIG MCX or my helmet setup. Like I have some ear moors on here with a Gen 1 dual tubes.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, All right.
my standards, but
All right. Thanks, guys.
all right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. How long have you been airsofting?
It's probably about my fourth week going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right on, new. All right. What does airsoft mean to you?
Just kind of helps me learn, different scenarios of like, if things were to go south, where you can learn, I guess I would say CQB, close combat quarters. It's a way I can relieve stress from some things that I went through myself, and just kind of keeps me aligned with, if I'm making sure I'm hitting others, then that means I did something well. But if I get hit, then that means I have to reanalyze what I did wrong and, correct it so you can get back out there, do it again without, getting hit off.
Right on. Practical training. I like that.
Yes, sir.
All right. How about what does an airsoft swap meet mean to you and the community?
It definitely helps, you're out there and you see one side of the colors on the field and you're just like, that's the enemy. But when you're on a swap meet, you realize that you're all people and we're all just trying to come together and have a good time. Everyone's trying to understand different weapons, different things that work for others, and different parts that you don't need, you can give it to someone else, and maybe that's the only thing that they needed. And I think that it's a good community to be in. Yeah.
All right. I love that answer. All right. Final question. What's the coolest thing on your table?
Coolest thing on my table. Well, he's not here right now, but a shout out to Nathan Rodriguez. He's got this gun going. And it's an M4 that he got a while back. I think it's a little bit cooler than mine. Mine's a little bit of a cheaper beginner's model from G&G, and his is 1 second if I can tell you. He's an Avalon.
All right.
He's put a little bit of money into this one. It's pretty cool. And he's also got another one too. I don't know exact model, but it's a Black Rain edition, and he's been seeing
those are cool.
really good progress with that.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, how long have you been playing airsoft?
About 10 years, give or take.
Right on. Let's see. What does airsoft mean to you?
It's just fun with friends, right?
Yeah.
Just hang out, enjoy the day.
All right. Good time outside.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what does an airsoft swap meet mean to you in the community?
You swap, you get some cool stuff, you get rid of some cool stuff, help everyone out, hopefully.
All right. Final question. What is the coolest thing on your table?
On my table, probably this MCWR.
I mean, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thanks.
I got a QR code.
How do we do that one? Oh, right there.
Okay. So, how long have you been airsofting?
I've been airsofting since 23, at the end of 23.
Right on. And what does airsoft mean to you?
Airsoft means I get to make a lot of friends, make some family around here, meet some new guys, probably form a team as well. Not only that, but it's a good sport to come down to.
Right on. And what does an airsoft swap meet mean to you and the community?
It means that you could start small talk, start making some good sales, making cool little chit. I just said chit chats as well. But, swap meets can mean a lot of things.
Right on.
Meetups, hangouts, team days, all that.
Perfect. Team building exercises. All right. You don't have a table, but the coolest thing that you have.
This son of a bitch right here.
Right on. Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right. How long have you been playing airsoft?
Since I was about 12, and I'm 19 now, so 7 years.
All righty. What does airsoft mean to you?
Airsoft means I get to hang out with my buddies, get to let off some steam as well.
That's a good answer. All right. How about airsoft swap meets? What do those mean to you and the community?
It brings the community together, and also if it's your first time out here, you can get into airsoft, pretty cheap, more cheap than if you were to go to the beach shop or something.
Right on. All right. Last question. Coolest thing on your table?
Coolest thing on the table is probably this ARP. It's fully built, got the gate tighten, matrix motor, 12-to-1 gears, Mad Bull underbarrel, max hop up. What bucket do you have? A Blue Shark?
What's the leaf one?
maple leaf. So it has a bucket in there. I mean, this thing's just fully kitted out. This
Right
thing
on.
rips.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
All right, so we made it back home and unloaded. I'm not quite as young as I once was, so this is a day later. I needed time to recover. So I think we will continue the interviews with myself. As far as how long I've been doing the airsoft thing, I've been playing for about 5-ish years. My oldest got me into it, and just kind of sparked a passion in the tinkering and stuff like that. So as far as what airsoft means to me, I think of it as an excellent way to get out and get active and be in the sunshine. I'm an outdoorsman as it is anyway, so being able to go outside and stay active. I have an office job, so getting out of the computer chair is pretty nice. It gives me a way to reconnect with my childhood in a way. Going out playing cops and robbers with your friends when you're a little kid, all that fun stuff. And then connecting with my children. My oldest got me into it. And now all of the kids are into it. My 2 young boys, they're too young to play yet, but they are antsy to get out there. My daughter's kind of my go-to squad mate, so to speak, at the time. I also love the tinkering. I have so many hobbies. I love working with tools and getting down to the nitty-gritty and details of things. And this hobby, there's so much as far as the tech side of things to really focus on and mess with and upgrade. And I mean, you can kind of see a RC cars in the background too. That's the same kind of concept. But then as far as the swap meets, that kind of crosses into that same kind of thing. I loved doing the teching on stuff. I also love my children. And I noticed that this hobby is so expensive to get into. It's kind of prohibitive to a lot of the children that want to join the sport. I decided that I saw that a lot of people would just throw away stuff when it got broken. So I started collecting it and fixing it up, and found that I could, sell it at a very low price to these kids, give them something to get into the sport, just get them playing. It doesn't have to be high performance or anything like that. And, that was nice. So that's what the swap meets meant to me, is that I was able to get these parts, start working with them, and never get greedy, turn a little profit here and there, and keep feeding it into more inventory that I could then, help grow the sport. That I've grown to love. And how the swap meets, like I said, that's the best part, is that able to help people who might have had that entry level cost be so prohibitive to them. Being able to help somebody and see that light in their eyes when they oh man, you mean I can start playing now? That's a big deal to me. So yeah, I've been hooked ever since on that one. But as far as the final question was, the coolest thing on your table. Well, since we're not at the swap meet anymore, I don't have my table. So I'll have to go with the wall behind me. Coolest thing I've got probably is this custom-built Apocalypse flamethrower. I got out of a scrap pile, basically. Was just an old Echo 1 EBR that was stuck in full auto, and then missing 90% of the parts there. But I converted it to fire using a bike brake in the back. I custom built a box mag out of plexiglass and an old broken box mag that the only part that worked was the motor and winder, and then custom built a housing for it and a reservoir and all that. And so yeah, I do post-apocalyptic roleplay events. So those are always kind of a big hit. One of my guns was featured on US Airsoft a little while back on the AK episode. So, but yeah, thanks to everybody who came out to the swap meet. Hope you all had a great time. Thanks again to all of the staff and everybody at Bingfield in Alton. Thanks again for letting us host all that. That was fantastic. You guys don't have to do that, but it's a great thing for the community, and I love seeing everybody out there. As far as everybody else that's watching this, I know this isn't my normal kind of content, but I hope you enjoyed a little glimpse into one of the many other hobbies of the HobbyKnight. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time.